move everywhere, so it's going to be a bit, okay. All right, so thank you so much for coming today to the workshop. I know that there are, at the same time, there are 3 other very interesting sessions going on, and to be honest, a couple of them I would like to be, but I think they're going to be recorded anyway, so I can watch them later. So the same applies for you as well. So bridging divides, embracing diversity, and it's a workshop. We're going to start from the basics. So it's 11, and we're finishing at 12:30, so it's an hour and a half. And the workshop, as you all noticed, is recorded. So our checklist, I am not here to, because I know everything. The more I read and the more I educate myself, the more I realize that I have more questions than answers. So this workshop is meant and based on our equal sharing, okay? So I'm gonna share my knowledge from my experience running the Wikimedia community user group in Cyprus, and I will want your input on what's happening in your groups, okay? Of course, related to the subject that we're talking today. So, yeah, I know, it sounds a bit hard, but my aim is for you to really get out of your comfort zone, okay? So we might, you might feel uncomfortable at some times. You will understand as the workshop goes on why. You might, it doesn't mean that you're gonna definitely feel like that. We might use inappropriate language. You have to always have in mind that something that a term that I might use might sound kind of inappropriate to someone else, you know? So if the language we use is for the purpose to communicate our message, then it's okay. And we need to create a safe space. I know the fact that this session is being recorded doesn't really create that ambience, but trust me, it's only my face is on the camera. You are not, you're not showing, so feel free to express yourself. And that's the only way, actually, to make things happen, okay? If we just sit there and we are, you know, closed in our own cocoon, then there's nothing really to learn. We need to be open. So we're going to start playing. I want you to choose a number from 1 until 10.
9.
6.
7.
7.
1. 8.
5.
4. 5. 8. 9.
2. Hello, join. Welcome, welcome. And let's go. 4.
7.
7 plays a lot, huh?
5. No, I said 10. Yes. 5.
5. So just to brief you in, we just said that, you know, we're starting this workshop, and it's a workshop of sharing knowledge, okay? And we started now to get to know each other, and I just want you to tell me a number from 1 until 10. 3, okay? 3 also. Wow, yay!
More number.
Yes, I know, I'm happy.
Good absence.
Constantina? 4?
No, I will say.
A number?
5.
And the newcomers, just pick a number from 1 until 10.
6.
7. Awesome. I told you the 7 plays a lot. Which it sounds. You see, I was moving. Sorry. Yeah. I need to make connection. I'm a human. I'm not a robot. All right. So. So depending on the number of the question that you chose, you're gonna answer that question. Okay. So I want you to answer the question. Please read or introduce the answer with a question, so we know what you're talking about, and whatever you want to share about yourself, okay? If you just want to say your name or something else, all right, whatever you want. It's just to get to know each other a bit more. Let's start.
Should I introduce myself?
Whatever you want, or you can start by the interesting aspect of you.
So my name is Nia. I'm 16 years old.
16?
Yeah.
Power to the youth.
I'm staff member of the Wikipedia in Georgia, and I just number 9. And the question is, have you ever 18 things at the
Obviously, you're Georgian. How many others? We have another Georgian at the back. Any other Georgians in the room? Ah, okay. So you have it, Kinkali. Yes. All right.
My name is Jan. I am from Estonia. I chose 6 because I was pretty sure nobody else would choose this one. Someone spoiled my perfect idea back there. But if I'm stranded on a remote desert island,
That's a tough one, right?
yeah, it's not up to me actually. If I'm alone or with no worst enemy, but if we're stranded on a remote desert island, none of them can be a correct answer in my opinion, because there can't be enemies if we are in a difficult situation. We can be only allies.
But you know, sometimes ourselves is our biggest enemy. So that's like a horrible situation to be with, right? So you prefer on your own?
I'm okay with being alone too, because I was born in a very small village and I grew up for years practically all alone, just reading, doing whatever I did, children's games.
So you can handle it well.
Social meeting was actually when I went to school, so I have lived like 6 years all alone. No problem with that.
So alone, great. Let's go. Yes. What did you choose? You came a bit later, so you, or you cheated, so you didn't choose a.
Yeah, from Azerbaijan, Wikimedia.
So yeah, have you chosen a number from before or after you read them?
So, have you eaten in yet?
You too? Sorry. Did you choose a number before you saw the questions or no?
They came later.
You came later. So, because I don't remember the number, you're answering number 3 and you're answering number 10. We have to make it fair.
Yeah.
Right? Ella, let's hear you. So, you need to answer number 3 and tell us a bit about yourself, whatever you want to share with the group. Not so. No говори русский. So, if you came back into this life, would you like to come as a cat or as a dog? Cat, yes, yes, awesome. And so you said you are from? Azerbaijan, awesome. And your name? And number 10. Ah, okay. Come on, husband, you don't know? Very good English. You like, okay, let's make it simple. You like the 70s, the 80s, you know, disco, or you want more hippie style?
Какой-то любимый декад и Панчиму.
Любимое десятилетие. Что? 70-е или 80-е? Что больше любите? Какое десятилетие?
70s, he's a hippie, yeah. Awesome, thank you. Thank you very much for the effort. Do you want to share? Yes.
Hello, I'm from Georgia. My name is Wesley. I'm 19 years old and I chose number 7. Maybe I will learn Egyptian language because it's so ancient and it is wonderful writing. It has the most ancient writing also, and I love the country because it has great pharaohs, their tombs and pyramids is very amazing.
Okay, wow. Yeah, that's a hard language, but to learn. But to me, because you're Georgian, and to me, I have a lot of knowledge in Latin-based languages. So it's when I saw Georgian language, it's like, oh my God, it's magnificent. But it's something very arbitrary to me. I cannot understand anything. And Egyptian, I think you have the skills to go to Egyptian next, right?
Maybe I will visit Egypt one day.
Yes. Awesome. Let's start from the back. Hello, hello. Yeah, I know. As soon as you don't pay attention, you're going to be on the spot.
like no Mediterranean actually. But in terms of the desert island, that calculation might fail.
Wow, I love these statistics. Very bleak our future, but very bleak, but true. The numbers never fool us, right? Numbers are always right. You? Yep.
Hello, I'm Violeta from Moldova. So about the Hinkali question, I didn't eat, but I want to ask the Georgians in the room, do you have a vegetarian version of Hinkali?
There's a cheese.
Yeah, cheese.
Then do it mushrooms.
Yes, and mushroom.
At all comparable, or am I considering the whole universe of aromas and flavors?
Cheese is better. I think it's not traditional with cheese, but we kind of have that kind of.
Okay, so there is a little bit of hope for vegetarians. Thank you.
Khinkali is the one with the egg.
No.
That's khachapuri. I ate everything, but I don't remember their names. So, but they're all a bit kind of, the taste is similar. So, I mean, you know what I mean? It's awesome. Oh my God. Yes, no. Go for it. Mushroom or cheese. Yes. You? Hello.
Sorry. Hello, I'm Elena. I'm from Romania. I took number 8. Where my emoji is a smiley face.
It's a smiley face.
Yes.
You're being truthful now. Because mine is rolling eyes.
I really correct the smiley face because when I talk to you face to face, you can see my face, my reactions, my emotions. When I write,
Yes.
the smiley face helps.
So you use it even if it's not needed, just to add that warmth in the communication.
The message.
Yes.
For you, because more easy to digest sometimes.
I am still from this generation who miss the hair.
We still smile face to face.
Yeah, but you have to twist your hair. Does it?
Yeah. Let's go. Tell us a number. I always want to pinpoint the ones who come late. Just a number.
17?
No, up to 10. Up to 10. Sorry.
6.
6. Come on, answer the question and tell us your name or whatever you want.
My name is Maciej. If I'm stranded on a remote island, if I'm stranded, then I'm alone, no?
Yes. If you end up in an island, would you prefer to be alone or with your worst enemy?
Alone, for sure.
That man is taking his chances with himself. Okay, honest, thank you.
My name is Gust. I'm from Latvia. I had question number 5. What superpower would I like the most? I'd say something to do with languages. To understand what they're doing in a new language, or maybe becoming better at rhetoric.
Yeah, that's awesome, isn't it? Because a language is such a strong tool, you know, that brings you in a better communication with other people. But I think positive mannerism can always be, you can always grab it, you know, even if you don't understand the language. So as long as we smile, you know, and our body language is a bit, you know, open, we can still manage. Because that's a super power and it's not happening anytime soon. Okay?
Hello, I'm Anatoly. I'm from Ukraine. My question was number 9.
The Khinkali.
Of course, like it's, of course.
Yes.
In multiple places, in multiple types, in multiple countries.
And what is your favorite one? With what feeling?
Like traditional ones, but I like a little bit more spice here.
I guess almost all who have come from a Soviet republics have written.
Yes, most probably. Although to me, not the Khinkali, help me again, the other one? That reminds me of Peynirli, that kind of that there is in Greece as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, we're all one. We're all united one, believe me.
Hello, my name is Philip. I'm from Austria. I chose number 5, and my answer was like I would like to understand any language. That's superpower, because it just like it makes it easy to talk to people, like in a native language.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sailesh. I'm from India. I work with the Wikimedia Foundation in the Culture and History here. It's my first CE meeting. My
Your
number
first,
was-
sorry, your first you said?
It's my first time like CE
Awesome.
meeting, also in the region. Yeah, I mean I could have picked like 9 because I had Kingal yesterday. But I choose 4. You can only eat one food again for the rest of your life. What is it? If I can change the question to can eat the same food and not gain weight, then it's definitely going to be chicken tikka, which is the best you can find. I mean, definitely like an Indian.
Yes.
I don't like spicy ones, I like more moderate ones, but.
So they're very fattening.
Sorry?
You put weight a lot with that, that's what.
These are like, I mean.
With creamy coconut, yes, yes.
So, yeah, you can gain weight, so.
The easiest question at all. If you choose the food, you will not be anymore, and you will not be offered anymore.
Objection. Objection.
We are from different regions of India,
He's
so.
making some other version of chicken tikka.
Yeah, we are from different regions, so we don't count that.
Chicken tikka is primarily Punjabi. It's the healthiest version of meat that you can eat. It's
For
high in protein.
Punjabis, not for Odia.
It is in our diet. If you're trying to lose weight, chicken tikka is something that is there.
Okay, it should be.
Sometimes making it with extra butter.
Yeah.
That's something which is fat.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
I'm Mickey from Serbia, and my question was 8, show us your most used emoji. So I checked with my phone, and it's the four-leaf clover.
Really?
For petal clover. For good luck, obviously, because I tend to believe in good luck and send it to people for anything that is going on. in their
Okay,
lives.
that's
So,
interesting.
Obviously, it's one of the most used emojis in my phone.
Thank you.
I'm Tony from Estonia.
Who doesn't know Tony?
I think. And my question was number 7. And that will be Spanish. I will choose Spanish because it covers a lot of countries. So with one language, you get like I don't know, like more than 20, I think.
Yes,
Like,
because if you take out English, then the most spoken language is.
okay, Chinese is also.
Yeah. But it's just in one part. But now it's expanding, and it's there's a huge need for Chinese language.
Yes.
All right, so Spanish.
Spanish, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Hello, my name is Arshak. I'm from Armenia. My question was, do you fold your pizza? Of course, I fold it. I know, and I even added ketchup on it. I know Italians who
And you eat
angry about that probably will hate me, but yes, I fold my pizza and usually eat it without knife and fork in my hand.
Who eats pizza with knife and fork?
In polite places, fancy restaurants.
Kind of weird. Okay, now we know who the weird people in the room are.
My name is David. I'm event coordinator of Wikimedia Armenia. My question, number 1, I fold my pizza because my pizza is the biggest.
You cannot access it unless it's been folded, right? Yeah. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mari from Armenia. My question is the fourth. You can only eat one food. I think it's chocolate because I'm a sweet tooth. And yeah, I can't live without chocolate.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Maher from Armenia. So I choose number 7 about languages. Let's say I know English, and I want to learn Italian.
Italian?
Yes.
But I like the, let's say I know English. Yes, so I'm an expert in English and I'm gonna move Italian. Sì. Bella.
Hi everyone, my name is Zafer from Turkey. My question was 5, and this is a good question for me because my dream superpower is the time travel. Back or forward, doesn't matter. Back for the Wikipedia, and how is it happening that issues, for example, Roman Empire, Troya.
But that's original research. No?
What is it? This is the that we make one publisher. After that, we can add to the Wikipedia.
Right, so you take pictures for columns and then...
But it could be maybe dangerous.
Why did you come prefer Spanish?
And maybe I can go to the 2001 and then still to do Wikipedia from Jimmy Wales.
Good.
That's how we do it.
Hi, I'm Madhav. I'm based in India. I'm a volunteer as well. I am here as a staff of Wikimedia Foundation. I work with the committee support team. So basically ARCOM, AFCOM, Electric Committee, Movement Target Drafting Committee. So our team supports all those volunteer bodies in the movement. My question was third one. Would you rather be reincarnated as a cat or a dog? Oh my god, if I'm selfish and if I want to be treated like the queen, I want to be a cat, but I'm a dog person, so I still pick dog over cat.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, I'm Mirjam. I'm from Albania. I also have number 3, and I will be cat for the reasons she said.
You're very chill. Cat is better. Okay. Konstantinos.
Konstantinos from Greece. My question is 4. You can only eat one food again for the rest of your life. I would eat and say Slovaki pita. Because it's so perfect. I can get protein from the meat, carbohydrates from fish.
The healthiest, you get everything.
Some vitamins from the tomato, and I will still be living.
Okay, you get much more from that as well. Not so many healthy stuff, I mean, but it's okay. Yeah, you will survive. Yeah, totally more sustainable than chocolate. Thank you, Konstantinos.
I'm here from Israel. I'm born in Georgia. And, almost all the articles in Hebrew Wikipedia about Georgia, I wrote them.
Nice.
Okay, number 5. Superpower to be in every place everyone is the same.
Same moment.
But I like Zafar's better.
Thank you.
Everything's more common.
Hi, my name is Tasa. I'm from St. Petersburg.
From?
St. Petersburg. I chose 7. Well, I was free to learn any small non-verbal language, for example, Hungarian.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. Have we answered all the questions? Yes, right?
No.
Which?
I think number 2.
What fictional family? Okay, the ones that we haven't answered, I will answer. So number 2 and just number 2?
Yes.
Okay, very easy for me. Adam's Family. I'm gonna be Morticia. Huh? You know Adam's Family? Yeah. So that's yes. That's what I was dressed in last carnival in Cyprus. Yeah, and it was like awesome. Yeah, yeah. We really, yeah, it was amazing. Okay. So, and I will continue in sharing more about myself, more other than my username. So I'm gonna take you a bit back in time. I don't know, maybe some of you are even newer, how do you say, newcomers in Wikipedia than me. I joined kind of at 2018. There was a WikiGap initiative that was run in Cyprus, and they have invited Marios Mayoladitis. I think you know Marios, he's from the Wikipedia user group in Greece. And, sorry? Yes, you know Marios, yes. Who doesn't know Marios?
I don't know.
So, you do not? You have to meet him. He was supposed to come, something changed and he didn't come. So basically I met, it was an initiative supported by the Embassy of Sweden in Cyprus, and Marios was doing the presentation. And I was just fascinated. First of all, because gender and social studies are personally my interest, okay? But it puzzled me about Wikipedia being such a great tool and so many people have access to it. And when I heard the statistics, not about suicides this time, but the statistics of how many women participate in Wikipedia, how many women are presented, in Wikipedia and all these numbers, I just thought, okay, this is something that really interests me a lot. Of course, the technology, I am not a tech guru, but I'm interested in that as well. So I started talking with Marius and I said, oh my God, this is amazing. I would like to start something in Cyprus. But so it's a bit tricky. I don't know how many of you know about Cyprus. Do you know where Cyprus is? Yeah. First of all, yeah. And do you know the very interesting story of Cyprus?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm not going to share it. Why I'm not going to share it? Because there's never one story, right? Yeah. And because of all the problems that we have in Cyprus, and I don't want to stand here as a Greek-speaking Cypriot to talk about, of course there is the truth, all right? But I don't want to go into politics, okay? And because of that interest that I have, that I want to be very inclusive, that's why I decided when I started thinking of how this community will be, I thought that this cannot be just a Greek-speaking user group, okay? Because that takes maybe not half of the population, because Turkish Cypriots are still a minority. I'm talking about Turkish Cypriots, okay? Are a minority. So I open up myself to Turkish Cypriots, and I expressed that this is what I want to start. Another thing is that we are, English is again, we have Turkish and Greek as our official languages, but even English is being used in many paperwork in Cyprus. So that where English comes in. Okay, so I said, why not? Let's do this. We have a lot of people in Cyprus that speak all three languages, and some of them, because we have a lot of expats that they might be Cypriot, either their main language is Turkish or others is Greek, but it's not well to edit in that language, and their best language to edit for them is in English. So I started talking about doing that. So, yeah, sorry, this is just to show you where Cyprus is, you see? Boom. Okay. And
a bit more to the southeast.
Yes, and don't get fooled by our size. We think that we live in the center of Earth. All Cypriots think that, I mean, this is it. Yes, exactly. We are kind of, but come on, not really, but anyway, yeah. So, and this is a smaller, just for those who don't know, just to situate where Cyprus is. So we are this thing, some people call it, some artist, and there was a name that is a yellow-green leaf thrown in the Mediterranean Sea, like the shape of it, kind of. Okay.
Israel is not there. Only West Bank. Jerusalem, no Israel.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I have to admit that this was the hardest, I'm going to share something, but the maps were the hardest thing for me to find, in order to, so at some point I just said I have to compromise, and just.
It's actually there, it was called. You can see it down below. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Jerusalem is here.
Jerusalem.
But no,
You can see the lines of
Jerusalem.
If it's like that,
Welcome, welcome. Okay?
You better change the slide.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, please.
No, yes, let's move on. Okay. Another map of Cyprus, all alone. So there's nothing, don't complain, okay? That there's nothing around. Okay. So what is our mission? Is to empower and engage people like all other teams in Wikipedia. I'm just repeating myself on what you're doing. But the unique thing is that we are a diversified group of volunteers coming from all communities of Cyprus. Having said that, the communities of Cyprus, yes, our languages are Turkish, Greek, and we're using English, but there are 5 communities in Cyprus, okay? So we have the Greeks, Greek Cypriots, Turkish Cypriots, Latins, Maronites, and Armenians, okay? Yeah. No. Usually, because they have been for many, many years, they speak Greek. Greek is their main language, but they might know, if they grew up with their grandparents, maybe they know Armenian. But that's not a fact that they should, because they've been so many years, especially the Maronite community, because they've been for such a long time in Cyprus, coming from Lebanon, most of them, they just speak Cypriot. Okay? So I'm just adding that there are even, we have a richer, tapestry of communities in Cyprus. Okay, and now finally I'm coming to the more interesting part. So why did I did all that introduction? Because what I tried, and we try, all the members of our group, is to be equal and to use diversity. Can you please someone tell me what is equality for them? What equality means?
Equality is the right of every opinion and every group to be represented and fairly.
Yes, correct.
Well, maybe when the same chance is given to everyone, like equal chance, everyone has the equal chances maybe to show.
Access to the same opportunities. Yes? Someone else?
Imagine the sum of all knowledge being available to all the people at the same time.
Yes. So basically, equality is being respectful and share the same, everybody enjoys the same rights as everybody else. And we always are respectful to the 9 protected characteristics. I'm not going to go into detail, but it's religion, ethnicity, civil marriage, sexual orientation. Okay, all these things have to be respected if we want to be equal. And what is diversity then?
Diversity is keeping the differences up. Like when you say there is a right for sexual minorities to marry, then it's also a right to say that churches who do not think it's correct because of the word of God have a right to live by this way too. It's like to protect the equality by
Okay.
diversity.
Someone else?
Yeah. I think diversity is us because we are from different communities, different language groups, different cultures, from different cultures, but we are all here. And we can say that we are kind of equal because we have equal opportunity to be here. So this is diversity.
And I like what you said, we are kind of equal, because that takes me to equity, which to me, I think equity is even more important than equality, okay? I agree up to a point with diversity. Diversity actually goes beyond than gender and race and sexual orientation, because that's what a lot of people have in mind. I mean, diversity can be even the fact that I'm a woman and I share the room with another 5 or 6 women. That doesn't make us the same. We are still diversified because we have the same, not only the same background, but the same, different ages, okay? Different language. There are many, that's why we talk a lot about intersectionality now, right? Which I'm not gonna talk a lot about that. I'm gonna jump in straight and I'm gonna invite you to watch the video. I'm gonna close the lights. And thank you. If you don't understand a lot of things, the video is in English, okay? We can explain, all right?
Mr.
Okay. Anyone needs any explanation, or you got it a bit? Okay. So to wrap it up, because I didn't expect such a big group, I'm super excited.
You wrote this video as a like example with equity.
Equity. Equity, and I will explain now. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to wrap all the notions that we said before. Let's say you are at a group, you have a meeting, and then at the end of the meeting, as the group leader or whatever, you invite all the people to go for a coffee after or for a drink, whatever you like. Okay. So that's on your behalf. It's a show of equality. You invite everybody. Okay. So then you go there. Okay, and you chose from before this bar, cafe that you're gonna go. And then as soon as you go there, you see that there is no ramp for the disabled person in your team to access that place, okay? But you've thought about it, and before he or she feels a bit, uncomfortable, you say, let's go from the back, there's another entry, okay? So you think that you've given to everybody the same right to participate in that meeting, but you provided access, the opportunity for them to come, because it's easy sometimes to say that everybody has the same rights, but this is, I think, the most clear way to understand the difference between equality and equity. We cannot just say we are equal because we give everybody the same right. We have to make sure that everybody has access to those rights, okay? That is very important, and to me, that's what's important, the most important part when it comes to equity, okay? Is it clear about equity? I think it's it's something very important, and we don't talk a lot about it. And I know that it's a banking term as well. So sometimes when I talk to bankers, they say no, that's not it. But this is a different type of equity. Okay. So what's the difference between diversity and inclusion? They go hand by hand, but they mean two different things. What do I mean by that? Werner Meyer says that diversity is being inequality, it's been invited at the party. Inclusion is being allowed to dance. Yeah. Okay, and I say belonging, because now we talk a lot about belonging as well, other than inclusion. Belonging is dancing like no. No, I think belonging is dancing like nobody else is watching. Just have that freedom that you're just dancing and you don't care if anyone is watching as well. So basically, diversity answers to what is our members, but inclusions answer to what initiatives that take so that people feel included. So in simpler ways, diversity is counting numbers, inclusion is make heads count. Okay, so why am I talking about all these things about Wikipedia, right? I'm going to share this because we're a big group and we're already a bit ahead of time. So this is an example of diversity, an initiative for diversity, but not of inclusion. Harvard Law School, 1953, was the first time that women were allowed to go into the university, okay? So this was a very big thing about the Harvard University showing that they're ready to diversify their pool of students. So the women went there, and at the middle of the first day, there was no toilets for them to use. Because they took the first step of inviting them, but they didn't think of the needs that this team would have. So they wouldn't feel included. So what they did is, like, by the end of the day, they turned the janitor's room into the women's toilet. So they had a bucket to use and a bucket with water, and until it took a few weeks to sort that out. So we always have to remember and acknowledge the difficulties or the obstacles that some of our people, and this is where it leads me basically to our first breakout session, where, like, when I shared in the beginning that our obstacles was language, okay? I could have easily said that I'm gonna start a group in Cyprus for the Greek Cypriot community, and we just all make it in Greek. But that doesn't show that I really want to be inclusive to other people. So I want you to separate in groups, and I want you to go and sit. Basically, we can do groups of 5, and I want you to go and find the person that you don't know in the room. Make sure that you know the list in the group. So I want you to do those groups, and you have 10 minutes to discuss what are the obstacles that you find in your community that maybe don't let you to be more diversified. Okay? Let's do it. You have 10 minutes. You know everyone? No. Okay? Interesting? Ah, okay.
Actually, I was in Cyprus last month.
Sorry?
I was in Cyprus last month.
Yes?
For 1 week, and like it's an amazing country. And
Ah,
environment.
really? Where were you?
I was in Ayanapa.
Shanxi, when you come back, I need you for something at the slides. Obviously, 16 years old and you were in Ayanapa. You shouldn't be allowed. No, I'm joking. I know it's a totally youngsters' place. Yeah. It's like the Ibiza, yeah.
Yeah, I was in a restaurant called Ocean Basket, I think, and I tasted like every type of like fish and like so many things. And like it was like best week of the summer.
You went to the restaurant Ocean Basket?
Yeah.
Okay. Ocean Basket is, of course, it's not the best. When you know what I mean, it's a fast fish,
Yeah.
fast food fish. But it is a really nice place to go, and you liked it. For how long were you there?
For like 7-8 days.
And you were with your peers, with people of your group, or with your family? Bravo! Place to be on your own at 16. I have 3 boys, 14, 18, and 21. And I would delay as much for them to go in Ayanapa as possible. In the evenings, I mean. During the day at the beaches is night, but the rest...
Everything they do only ask him. So they didn't.
So a problem with the community is the safety problem. Okay, I can try to ask, but who am I?
Yes, it's kind of, you feel like you're not supposed to ask for something.
Yes, and again, I can try to say, hey, I like diversity. I psychologist that work with LGBT persons, but it's unsafe too. I cannot say in Russia who you believe me, answer. Yes, so I may be interested in, but I cannot be. I may be a safe person,
interfering, but right now we are in search of another person, another illustrator to not have this roughness, and so that, for example, women can come on numbers, and as a result, later also we can promote them as an administrator. Because really, when we have an active female editor in Belarusian Wikipedia, it happens like 3 months as already.
You're on camera. You're on camera. No, I just want your feedback. Everything's okay?
I wrote some notes and stuff.
But I cannot even do anything. The time is running. I told you, I was sure. So basically, I think now I'm just gonna do the strangers. Now, if you think that now, if I go back so that they could share, I'm just gonna say one person to share. Well, it's gonna be never ending. And I think I'm just gonna do the sharing and do this. It's a shame not to do strangers in the train. I'm not do strangers in the train, but I'm not gonna pull them back in groups, discuss with the groups, just to say why they chose. And then I will say that usually.
To do with why it links to Wikimedia.
No, it's because if I had more time, I would. But now it's, yeah, I know. But now it will.
Pose a question.
Yeah, so no, now. It doesn't feel relevant now. If I do strangers on the train, what is that gonna lead to? It's a big conversation with the biases to open. That it's just gonna say that we choose people who like us, and this shows our biases. Anyway, yeah, that's what I mean. I will tell it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But overall, it was fun. Lenin. I wanted to do
come back to you over 3 days.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna. Two minutes left. Hello, 2 minutes left. Decide which member from our group you're gonna present a bit, wrap it up of what you discussed, okay? That's why surprise. Just a few lines, okay? Okay, time's up, people. Hello, time's up. Bravo. If you want, you can stay where you are. I mean, we have half hour. If you want, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. Okay? All right. You missed a bit in the beginning. You missed a bit in the beginning, but you're okay? All right. Okay, I'm gonna start the other way around now. Come on. Yep. Silence brings silence rather than shouting and bringing silence. Great. I just said, if you want to come back, come back. If you feel comfortable where you are, we have half hour left. Stay where you are. Okay? All right. So let's start from this group. Just a few words of what were the conclusions from your conversation?
We talked about mainly two topics. One of the obstacles for mainly all of us was including people with disabilities because of building issues and also targeting this group as a group. And the second question was about girls being included in the movement, and this is actually quite interesting. One of our members from Turkey told us that it is quite difficult to engage girls, but I also mentioned the Armenian version of this issue, and we have probably engaging more boys in the movement because we have a lot of girls, active girls who join the movement and are very active. So these are the main issues that we discussed, and also we discussed the reasons.
The reasons why, yeah.
The reasons why, and we think that in case of having more girls and less girls is that in case of Turkey, the girls, they have one new Wiki Club which included, engaged 7 girls out of 8 members, and it is quite good. And in case of Armenia, we have a lot of Wiki clubs, and most of the members are girls, and we discussed that the reason may be because girls need to be heard more. That is where they are joining the movement to be heard. And also in case of small towns, rural areas, because they don't have a lot of social life, joining big clubs and being active is also a reason, a way of being heard, and having
socializing. Yeah. Very interesting. Thank you very much. The next group?
Well, we talked about the problems in diversity in the Greek, Israeli, and Armenian community. So there are differences. As I understand, Greek Wikipedia have big differences and big fights and people living and
politics. All wiki fights lead to off-wiki problems.
Politics in between the movement, you mean?
Actual politics.
Actual politics. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Interesting. Anything else?
In Israel, we have problems of politics, of course, especially today, but also differences between religious and unreligious. We have a lot of religious people. You know, today nobody is reading books. The religious are reading books, so there are more users than religious. A lot of users are religious, so they have a lot of articles about the religious, and some don't like it. So we have a lot of kind of diversity about this.
Excellent. Thank you. Not the situation is excellent. I mean, your input, excellent. And we have same problems everywhere. We're just the same people, just creating the same problems wherever we are in the world. Huh? Come on, the group at the back.
Well, it's hard to summarize because we have a local majority, Armenian majority, but
But?
Yes, so we can say that we have problem with resources. Time was limited, it is a resource. So it can be a problem for diversity, even in our case.
It can be a problem, or it's not really a problem.
Actually pose the problem inclusivity in our group because I'm and we didn't say anything for
Yes.
me.
They just don't have time to say something.
Thank you.
Well, and my point is that the safety is a problem because it can be unsafe to speak about diversity. For example, like in Russia right now, we should run very fast to stay on place. And well, we spoke about problem of organization problems.
Well, global diversity meaning the access of, let's say, okay, language barrier is the main problem. So the access of local translations of the movement charter, everything that's going around with it. The local communities within African or South America are not able to access it. It doesn't exist in their own local language. So those are the barriers. You know, sometimes we can translate events into other languages, like we're doing now here, but we don't have it in writing. And there are a lot of people, they're part of the communities that are at home that want to read things that happen globally, but they don't have access since they don't maybe understand English. And everything is specifically very much in English with some sort of volunteer translators. But we want, the idea came probably from around the world to have more allocated funding for professional translators of those official documents of our language.
So resources difficulty in the sense that you you cannot fund all these initiatives to be more inclusive. Either you want to be more inclusive, but that costs money. Translations, printing out in different.
It's like a circular problem.
Yes.
You have language barrier, which is caused by the lack of translation, which is caused by the lack of funding for it, and it can probably go back.
Thank you. And before I move, help me out now with, it's not people with disabilities. What's the right way to? Sorry?
Differently able.
Okay, that's the, yeah, thank you. And let's also have in mind that when we're talking about disabilities or difficulties, hello, it's not always visible, because usually when we say disabilities, we think people in wheelchairs or or vision impaired people. Okay, but there are other disabilities that are not visible, and that's why we have to create an environment of visibility. And small things matter. To be honest, today I forgot that we have this. Not rule, this initiative of the color, so that for photograph or not photograph, and I brought my rainbow. How do you call this? Yes, because that is a message for me to walk around and show people that I'm open. I can have a conversation, or everything's cool basically. Why shouldn't it be? But unfortunately, we have to. So it's small things that we can do to show that.
Is it or is it not? Personally, I have understood it was like a sign code for them group themselves, so they can recognize each other and support.
To identify.
And when suddenly some people outside start to wear it, it may not be so good as you think it is.
I think very interesting, and I think that if you all agree, we can stay here until 5 because we have so many things to discuss. Honestly, you cannot imagine how many things I prepared, because if it was a group of 5 people, we will do much more. Now, because we're a bigger group, we have to do less things. Why am I saying that? Because that is very important that it's been said here. It's a big conversation that some of these signs, like the LGBTQ plus signs, they have been hijacked, if we can say, by other communities or by the corporations, okay, to demonstrate that they're supporting, but not really to the core. Yes, but I'm a strong believer in allyship. So that's the reason I would do it, okay? I think I would do it in order to show my support and not take advantage of that. Okay, let's go to the other group.
Well, we managed to talk about Belarus and Moldova. We have small communities, and I believe we have somewhat similar problems, although on a global level it's a major problem also. The promotion of women, because I believe it's one of the 2 biggest problems that are people trying to solve at the level in terms of program, in terms of any other activities. But as I see it right now, the problem is in basically enforcement of the rule that is deals with basically politeness in the first place, because in terms of feeling safe, a lot of female contributors, they don't simply feel safe because of the level of basically rudeness of how administrators in the first place communicate with the rest of the editors. And this is how, from the outside, many female contributors see this, let's say male rude talk, and this scares a lot of people and drives them away in the first place. But some measures are needed to be taken to overcome this scary picture. Maybe some people, administrators themselves, they have let's say, constant policy of promoting female editors, because the community itself, both as I understand in Belarus and Moldova, promotes female editors to the level of reverse discrimination against male editors themselves by themselves, so it's self-imposed discrimination. But it doesn't help until you have this administrator who, in the position of, let's say, some power, promotes it all himself on the personal leadership level, and not just the community. And this lack of leadership is somewhat toxic.
So basically, we're adding lack of leadership and non-inclusive language. Because if you have inclusive language, then you wouldn't have these problems, with other people feeling, that they're not okay. Excellent. The next group. Which is the next group? Because I don't remember how you were divided here. It's you. Okay, yeah. I guess you were out. You were having coffee.
No. It was just too loud in my ears.
Okay. No. It's fine. It's fine. We were diverse enough. So.
In my community, I was talking about mainly the youth, the inclusion of youth editor and more young comedians. And for this conference, there was not for me because I'm a delegate or affiliated, but for some other younger Wikipedians, there was special scholarship given for a couple of places. So it's because when you're editing online, it's not that visible. There's differences, but when you meet offline, there could be some. I'm more knowledgeable.
Yes, age bias. That's age bias, which usually we think it goes only towards the older generation, but it's touching a lot the younger people as well. Yes?
There will be last day, I think, tomorrow, I think, the especially the CE youth group.
Okay. Very interesting. Thank you. You had.
And also understanding how being a volunteer is different in different parts of the CE region. and how like people like can't assume that people have the same time capacity as you do, or like even similar to you, because the circumstances might be quite different. And also, like for example, in Georgia, like a story that Mecca always talks like when he tells people that he's like working for free, it's like people in Georgia think he's not very bright in doing that, because like why would you work for free for something? So I think it's important to just like understand those like the hurdles that people are facing and try to accommodate them.
Which again is a matter of leadership, right? I mean, within a group to really understand what are the struggles, let's say, or the obstacles that some of your members have, and trying to find ways to overcome those. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we also have to understand like volunteerism can be a privilege. You know?
Thank you. That's awesome.
In the same time, like I was reading a book like a few months back. It's called The Next Billion Users. Digital
The
life,
next billion?
The Next Billion Users, Digital Life Beyond the West. So there's a case study around like, you know, when you develop a program and you go and put like hundreds of computers in a village in India and you expect people to use those computers to gain knowledge. But after work, people go there and watch movies in those computers.
Best case scenario, it's movies.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, when we say that, you know, everyone can edit Wikipedia, we also have to create that pathways of like how can they edit Wikipedia? Because just because we are open, it's not open.
Exactly. This is, I think, we are, because unfortunately we are going towards the end. These are all the things that I wanted to come out, because this is what this discussion is all about, to remember that it's different to give people things, but we have to sometimes enable them to have access to those opportunities. And thank you also for showcasing the volunteerism. I have to admit that the volunteer is a word that I don't really like, and I don't how to say, characterize or associate myself as a volunteer, although Wikipedia uses it. I'm more of an activist. And later on, I know that it's even more important to be an ally. It's not just activist, because again, activism, what is it? Is understanding that other groups of people have difficulties and working to promote, you know, justice for them. So allyship is kind of the same thing, because activism, it is sometimes, there's a negative connotation, okay? But yes, and to be able to be a volunteer is a luxury, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not so bad as in English Wikipedia. They have so many abbreviations there that someone who's new to it, if this person tries to get the picture, he does not get it.
Yes.
Especially if it's not the first language. Like I was reading an article about sexual assault while thinking it was South Africa, because both were abbreviated.
SA, and you thought it was South Africa.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense, right?
It first made sense, but finally it not. And
yeah.
Then I started to ask, what is it? And then I had to rethink
everything. And I think that is a big struggle with Wikimedia and with Wikimedians working on Wikipedia, because it's kind of like you don't know your audience, right? Your audience can be anybody. It's not, sometimes we write and we think that we write for the people that talk our language, but we write for people that don't speak the language very well, like that. Or they have a good knowledge, but on that specific subject, it's more technical terms, and they can still don't have access to information. These are all very interesting insights. So we have only this group left. Do you have anything to share?
Yeah, we're all from the Soviet republics, so we have a big Russian minority who speaks Russian, who do Russian Wikipedia, but as they live in our countries, they are not included in our Wikimedia groups.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a big community of Russians or a small community? Not that this matter, I'm just interested.
We do not actually even know.
Oh, you don't even know? Yeah.
We have, in Estonia, we have a contact of two Russians, and one of them is, we have, because he edits in Estonian too. And the other is because he makes pictures, but we do not even know how many people do additions to Russian Wikipedia from Estonia.
This is a huge problem, and I have to admit that these are mostly the struggles I had in the beginning, but I thought that, sorry. Yeah. This is one of the main problems that I had starting this initiative, because I knew that I would have, and maybe we are not also, sorry, let me put it differently. We are not so avid, we are avid users of Wikimedia, but not avid producers of content, I mean, our group, okay? And recently we applied for a grant to do, I mean, we're more interested in doing events and bringing more people in, because we are just 4 or 5 people, okay? So, but the problem is with language, like how are we gonna be welcomed by the Turkish Wikipedia to edit? You know what I mean? If they realize that we're not really from Turkey. And I've heard for a lot of people that English Wikipedia is they're a bit hard in allowing people to edit. But, you know, it's a process. That's why, because we committed in our first decision that it's going to be trilingual, okay? And we're going to do our best in our powers, okay? So I had a lot of things in my mind to do. I'm going to do something that I find very, very interesting, and I hope we're going to finish it. We're going to do it a bit quickly, but I really want to share this with you. Just a second. I think I have to go back to my slides. I was supposed to do it earlier. Yeah, all right. So we're going to do this last game, and if I leave you with question marks, okay, come and find me after. Or we can do a night session, you know, to complete it. But I really want to start to do it, so I get you start thinking on all of these things that we've done and why we have these obstacles. So, strangers in a train. The case is, you are boarding a train about to make a 3-hour journey. So imagine that type of train that I had in the picture earlier, okay? So the train is crowded, and only a few seats are free, and you have to choose where to sit. You don't have 3 minutes because we don't have the luxury of time. You have 1 minute to choose where you're gonna sit. For those that have difficulty reading the slides, I have them printed out. Anyone wants the printout? Yes. I have lots, I can give you the printout. Yeah. Yes. I knew that it was going to be a bit of a problem. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah, feel free. I have. No, you share. I think I have 20. Yes? Yes, of course. Yeah. You want a printout?
Nope.
Okay? All right. You have, okay. Let's give the rest of the people, are you all ready or no? You still need some time? You're very quick, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're helping me out. So how many decided to sit on number 1? Hands up. Number 1, clear hands. My God, wow, okay, all right. Number 2? It makes more sense. No, I mean, it's not right, there's no right or wrong. I just, number 3? Are we just choosing? Yeah, you, and you're not allowed to stand. It's a 3-hour journey. For safety reasons, you have to sit. So number 3, who said number 3? Yes. Number 4? Nobody, yes. Number 5? Okay, there's no winner, I'm just being excited. Number 6?
I choose number 7.
Number 6. Wow, okay. What did you choose?
7.
There is no 7. You have to pick. 2. Okay, so the people who chose 1, tell me why you chose 1. A bit quickly. You chose 1, yeah?
Well, the kid is is occupied clearly, and I don't mind kids. Like I've noise cancelling headphones anyway, so like I wouldn't mind if like they would be talking or doing something.
You haven't been next to a Cypriot child, that's why. Other people that chose their child?
I think for me, as a woman, I tend to prioritize safety, and so I'm only looking at women who are sitting, and so to me that's a safe.
So that's the only way. You could have gone with a couple, though. That's our next. No, I mean that's our next. If the women were not there, you would go with a couple, right? I'm just saying, sharing that from my own. Okay, all right. So you chose the child? Yeah, with the mother and the child. Yes, yes, agree. Number 2, the headphones. A lot of people. I know why, because nobody's going to be talking to you, right?
No. Yeah.
Why?
Because my favorite music style is
his T-shirt.
metal.
The metal. Okay.
So I'm hoping that when this guy will take off his headphones, we can start.
Not his T-shirt, his headphones.
Favorites.
A good discussion.
Get some ideas of him. What to listen.
A lot of assumptions. I have a Guns N' Roses T-shirt, but I haven't heard Guns N' Roses like in a million years. So I would have nothing to offer to that conversation.
But still, thrash metal is quite specific and there's a pretty good chance.
Okay, 4. Nobody's sitting with 4, right?
There are people 3. With 3.
Sorry, we missed 3. Yeah, how many people chose 3? 1? Yeah. Why?
I will join the conversation.
Okay. And number 5? Yeah, we just have one.
When I travel by train, I always read a book. So I don't actually care that much to sit beside me. And if I don't know who it's better because I don't have to choose which person I take with. And it's a little bit fun.
It's a bit challenge. You like challenges. Okay, all right. And number 6, which was a lot of people chose, yes?
Yeah, I just like campaigning. I'm a talkative and social person, so like, as many people as
The better.
And we have a salad and soft drinks.
Sharing is caring, right?
Yeah. 3 hours.
Actually, mine is opposite because they're a group and I'm a kind of introvert person. So they will talk among themselves. So I will keep quiet and in the corner. They will leave me alone.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
my choice for me.
I will be there. I'm not sure that you will.
Yes?
I want to choose a woman, but I work with children, so I want rest from the child, from the one.
You wanted to rest, so you went for the 6.
I want to choose a woman. There are 2 choices.
Yes. Okay, I get it. Yes, I get it. Anybody else that wants to share? Yeah?
I choose first one.
Yes.
I know how hard it is to be with toddlers and 4-year-olds, so I just want to give the mother some break.
Oh my God, I want a break. I've been there, done that. I don't want to do it again. Yes?
Yeah, number 6 that no one mentioned, they have salads and dry drinks. So like I'm not a smoker, so
You're a smoker?
like non-smoker, so I believe they don't smoke at all.
Awesome. And then? Sorry?
If they plan to travel, then they're adventurous and it's very possible to learn something from them. Please drop the communication.
You chose number 6 as well. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have a few minutes left. Usually this, hello? All eyes on me? Thank you. Usually this exercise, I don't do it so quickly. It's one of my favorite exercises. Usually you make a selection and then you go into groups and you discuss why you chose. And as soon as you go into group and you discuss why you chose that specific, you see that each and every one of you had made assumptions about other people that you have no clue about, you have no knowledge, but you put them into boxes that, that the lady with the child wants someone sitting next to her. Maybe she just wants to be alone with her child. Someone chose because the child will be quiet. Maybe it's just a little demon, right? We don't know. the same assumptions you did about the heavy metal, but it can just be a person who just random wore the t-shirt that day. And actually, in some groups, I have people that say that they find it very annoying when they hear the noise from the headphones, because some people have the headphones, but it's very noisy, and they find it not very nice. So some people chose it because they're going to be quiet, but it might be the opposite. We don't know. Also, the 3, yeah, because someone said we're going to have a chat. And because they might fight. Who knows? 3 hours. Right? You don't know. You don't know.
It will most probably be a discussion either about politics or some local issues.
So you're continuing with the assumptions. Or some people say it's older people, so I like gaining knowledge. Like all older people have knowledge. Okay, so nobody chose the middle-aged man. Yes, that's a list of preference in any group, that one. Although I had some weird people that said, I like listening, so he would be talking about work, so I like learning about what other people do and different things. Okay. We have the very daring, challenging woman that chose basically the question mark, because we don't know who is in the toilet and who's going to come and sit. So she chose the surprise. And the 6. Now I'm gonna, how many minutes? I have 2 minutes, right? 3, awesome. So number 6, I love number 6. So sit in a group of 4, the other seats are occupied by young women. What does it mean, young? What does young mean? What does young mean to you? When you say, I saw a group of young women, what age do they have? Quickly. 20s. Okay. What are your...
She's 16 years old.
Exactly. So it says young, but you don't know how young. Maybe they are teenagers. Yes, share.
I was just thinking younger than me, whatever that is.
Exactly. But so it means that there is no age bracket of young. So sometimes I have people who said, no, I want to stay because maybe I meet someone, and it's interesting. And then when they hear other people in the group say that probably they think that they're underage, so they feel very bad because they chose to sit with so why am I doing this exercise? And I like it because it's totally related to what you discussed before. All our decisions, the way we talk, the way we behave, it's based on our bias. Every human, we are wired to do this, and we couldn't survive as human beings if we didn't take these mental shortcuts. Okay, these are mental shortcuts to make our life easier. It's the same thing as I'm standing in front of a buffet with food, and I have to choose what I'm going to eat. What am I going to do? I'm going to think, I had burger before, I hate it. I like tikka masala, I'm going for the tikka masala. You know what I mean? But you don't know. Maybe that burger was the best burger of your life. Or maybe the tikka masala is... You know what I mean? Huh?
What means soft drink?
Exactly. Maybe a Coke, Sprite, whatever. Maybe it's a hard drink from someone. By the way, I brought the Zivania. So yes, 1 minute. So I'm going to wrap it up with, since we were talking about the drinks, I brought Zivania. Anyone who wants to drink Zivania, come and find me. Okay, you know what Zivania is? Zivania is what is the Georgian chak, whatever? Yeah. The white drink, the Georgian that they have here. Okay. So I'm going to wrap it up and just say, why is it important, what we talked today? Diversity means having members from different demographics. Why is it important to do that? To go outside our comfort zone and make people comfortable to come with us. Because everybody's going to feel welcome. We have more engagement and more satisfaction when the groups are diversified. And inclusion always starts with addressing our biases. We all have biases. And bridging divides is a group effort. Nobody can do it on its own. And thank you very much. Thank you so much. And please come and find me if you want to talk a bit more or how we can collaborate, okay? And for comments for improvement, always.